Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, taking a look at the Pokemon TCG live economy, in particular, what products we should buy in the game. I'm going to look at the product I've said in the past to buy, and that's the Shadow Rider VMAX League Battle deck. There's also the new Miraidon EX League Battle deck that offers pretty good value, so I want to take a look at that as well and evaluate which is best. It was suggested in my Discord server by someone that I should take a look at the Miraidon deck, which I appreciate that. And also, another reason it's worth looking at is Trust Your Pilot, a YouTuber that you probably already know, but if not, you should just definitely check them out. He recommends the Miraidon EX deck as the best product to buy in the shop for most players. Just a quick overview of the currencies: coins, strictly cosmetics. They're not good for anything else. Just don't worry about them. I will just say here, do not do, oh, no, not that. Under the currency tab here, you can spend crystals to get coins. It's not the reverse. So do not ever do this. Do not ever do this conversion. I wish it wasn't here. I don't know why it is, but don't do that. You will spend your crystals, which gets cards, and just get something at cosmetics. Don't do that. So then we have crystals and credits, which we both kind of earn through challenges and such as that. Credits are really important. This is what we use to craft cards, which you do in the deck builder. It's a little odd that way, but that's the way live works. And then crystals we spend in the in-game shop to buy products of like decks and such, as well as packs. So in terms of the products themselves, it's under bundles. You view all bundles. You can't sort it, unfortunately. So it helps. It's by date. So if you know what the date is, you can find it quickly. So the Miraidon EX deck was one. That's the newer product that's getting some hype, and that is from November 2023. So November 2023, come to here. Here's the Miraidon EX deck. It's a Miraidon EX League Battle deck. The League Battle decks cost 1,250 crystals. That's a constant for those. And the cards they offer are good. If you actually don't own the vast majority of the cards, they're good to buy. But in most cases, you're going to already own the cards, so you're not going to buy them for cards. What we're really doing is we're buying products in the shop so that the cards in the product get dusted, and then we get credits for that. So we're buying products in the shop to convert our crystals into credits. So think of it that way. Don't think of it as adding cards to the collection. Think of it as a way of buying credits. And credits are really what we care about at the end of the day. So again, I'm going to take a Miraidon EX League Battle deck's a newer product, and there are those that say this is the best product. So I believe we're going to get 3,765 credits when we dust it. I should have a full play set, so I will buy the product. I confirm the exchange. It kind of goes through everything, hopefully is dusted. You can see how many credits you get. Depends on the rarity of the card, right? Get 100 for the rares here, 250 for the Vs. Part of why it's still good, even though it has EXL, has the Vmaxes. The Vmaxes get 375, so that is a big deal within this. Rare again, that's a rare hollow, I think, because it got 125. The commons, uncommons, you don't get a lot for, so that's not such a big deal. The rares and the Vs and above are the big deals here. So Professor's Research is rare there. Again, low value things here. Boss is a rare. It is obviously a great card. Forest Seal Stone is a rare hollow, so 125. And then the energies we get nothing for. So we got 3,765 credits. So as anticipated. So the way to kind of think about the value for that, and all the items were quote traded or dusted as we normally say, right? We don't think of it as trading because we have no control over it. So we got I spent 1,250 crystals. I got 3,765 credits. So that averages just over 3 credits per crystal. That's the kind of how we can compare this. So a very solid number, and the reason why this for a newer product is better than most is because besides the EX Pokemon, it also has the V and the Vmax, and the V and the Vmax just get you more than the EXs. So a very solid product and not a bad option. And the one plus on this is, let me just say, all these cards are playable in standard now, which is nice. But as I said, we're not getting cards to play with. We're using this to build our credit base. So don't worry about whether it's playable or not. So the product in the past that I think has been the better product, and I suspect is still the better product, is the Shadow Rider Vmax League Battle deck. We got to go back to July 2022, so we got to scroll down and find it. A search option would be very nice, but July 2022, we get the Shadow Rider deck. By the way, so you might think that the Ice Rider deck would be better because they both have the same number of Vs and Vmaxes, and since Vmaxes have the most value, that's a big deal. It only has 9 basic energies, which you get nothing for, and when we compare that to the Shadow Rider deck, we still get the same 3/3 V and Vmax line, and we have 15 energy, so we get nothing for this energy, but the Shadow Rider deck ends up getting more value because it just has more rare cards like Boss and Research and stuff. So the rares offset. You get with the Ice Rider deck, you get more commons and uncommons. We get more rares here, plus the Vs and the Vmaxes, and it just ends up getting more value, slightly surprisingly. So I'm going to hit the confirm button here, and we will see what we get for credits. And again, get 250 for a V. For even more for the Vmax. That's very nice. Rare, as I said, these rares like the Articuno. Very good cards. Again, for the most part, these cards are not playable in standard. Some are, but very few are. So don't think of them as adding cards to your collection. Like I said, think of them as adding credits to your account balance. And like Marnie's a great card, but of course it's not legal standard anymore. So we now have 4,150 credits. And that's decidedly more than 3,765 credits in Miraidon EX. So we're averaging, when we divide the credits by crystal, over 3.3 is the exchange ratio versus basically 3.0. So at 3.3 instead of 3.0. So Shadow Rider is significantly better. And so don't worry about the fact that these cards, for the most part, aren't standard legal. This is an investment. We're doing this to buy credits. We're not buying cards, okay? So don't think of it as don't worry about the cards in your collection. Now, the first few times you buy this, I'm just going to say you're not going to get, if you're a new player, you might not get any credits for it. The first time you get it, if you don't have any Shadow Rider, you're going to get 3 of each. The second time you buy the product, though, then you'll get the 1 copy added to your collection, and you will dust 2 copies of the Shadow Rider V, 2 copies of the Shadow Rider VMAX, and it will build up. Some of the cards, like, let's think, I don't know if there's any rares that are only one of, like there's only 1 Pumpkaboo, right? So you're not going to get credit for the Pumpkaboo till, if you assuming you have none in your collection, so you purchase for the 5th time, that one you're not getting as so much for. The Articuno, the Corsilia, all these rare cards, Boss, Research, Marnie, you're getting at least 2 copies or 3 or even 4, so you're going to start getting credits for those pretty quickly. So anyway, the Shadow Rider League Battle deck is the better product. Don't worry about the Miraidon EX deck. Don't worry about the fact that the cards aren't standard legal. This is the best product for the vast majority of players. And there's one other product we should consider buying and evaluate who it's best for, and that's Celebrations packs. So before I open some packs just to see what it is, just want to talk about the Celebrations set for a moment. First off, none of the cards in it are standard legal at this point, but again, that doesn't matter. We're not buying to have cards to play games with. We're buying these products to get credits to craft the cards we want. So I will show all here, and I will come down and click on Celebrations. I can see here the cards is 0. When I hit expanded, there's 23 cards, and if I hit all, there's 44, which means there's 11 cards that aren't playable even in expanded. And I don't think it's because expanded is truncated. Some of these cards I don't think are ever going to be playable. But again, don't worry about that. The reason Celebrations packs are good is the lowest level of rarity is rare. There's no commons and uncommons. Even a card like Cosmog that's not all that great is still a rare. And then there's a number of cards that are things like ultra rare and secret rare. And it's these secret rares you actually get 1,000 credits for when they're dusted. I suspect this one is. So and that's where the big value is. Now, the reality is most players don't own the cards. You can see in my collection I have not a terrible I'm not that badly off. 2, 3, 4, 0, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 of the second row. The second row at the time, these were playable in standard when they came out. So when I prepared for Pokemon, when I was still using PTCGO, but was preparing for live coming, I got together a full playset of all the Celebrations cards that were playable in standard. They were relatively affordable through the trading system, so I had a basis to work with. So keep that in mind. Where, at this point, PTCGO is shut down, so you can't prepare for it. But the question is, where are you today with your Celebrations collection? So you see a 44044, 44440, 61411, like the 6 Muse, because there's some alternate arts there. So I have full playsets of some, missing of the higher rarity cards. I'm missing those cards still. But because I'm in this place, I get a decent value when I open packs. Generally it's still less than the Shadow Rider, but it's not terrible. So for my situation, so let's take a look. So you jump into, when you're buying packs, expansions, you click on the Temporal Forces. What the newest set opens up, you scroll down. I find a Celebration somewhere. Oh, there it is, Celebrations. And you want to buy this one here where it's 6 packs, because you get 6 packs. You get a slightly reduced rate once you get to 3 or 6, but then you also get additional credits, and you get the most credits with the 6. So buy 6 booster packs for 1,120 crystals. I will confirm exchange. We'll kind of go through the opening of this just to kind of see how it works. There's the 350 credits. That's guaranteed. And then we'll start to see the polls, kind of go through this quickly. So the regular rarities, that's fine. Get 100, 100. Get 100 there. And let's see what I have. So 125. So this is actually a pretty bad pack. I got credit for all of them. They're all dusted cards, but none of them were the high rarity cards. So it ends up being a bad value, and I didn't grow my collection either. So that's with the League Battle decks, you're guaranteed. With pack openings, it's always a bit hit or miss. So 100, 100 again, 3 or 4. So I didn't get any credits for it, but now for this Claydol, but now I have a full playset of the Claydol. So if I pull a Claydol in the future, it will get dusted, and I should get a pretty good value for it. So part of it is I'm building my collection. So that one, even though I got less credits, that second pack, I'm actually happy for it because I grew my collection. It offers some longer term value there. 100, 100, so another pack, which not great value. This is part of the hit or miss nature of Celebrations packs too, besides the fact that I don't own everything. You'll pull. So again, the Mewtwo EX, don't have a full playset, only got my second copy, but eventually this will pay off. And now 2 packs left. So far I haven't got a very good return, I don't think, but we'll calculate the final number when I'm done here. And a Vmax, at least the Vmax at 375 is better than some, but again, it's okay, but it's not the greatest thing in the world. So and this is looking like, okay, at least the Vmax makes it a decent pack. So let's see what I got here. So I got 3,000. I'll just make a note. I got 3,200 crystals. That includes the credits, and that includes the 350 credits that I got for purchasing the packs, as well as all the cards that were dusted. You can see what they were. So I'll click done here. So let's just see what the value is there. So I take the 3,200 crystals, divide by 1,120. Just whip out the calculator here fast. Divided by 1120, and 2.6. So I got about 2.6 credits per crystal, which is less than the 3.3 I could have gotten with the Shadow Rider League Battle deck, but I am growing my collection for the future. So who should buy Celebrations packs? I would say, first off, if you have a full set of Celebrations cards, which I don't, and very few people do, I got to imagine, you should buy Celebrations packs. It's the best. If you have a decent collection, by that I would mean you have all of the cards that were standard legal at the time Celebrations came out. It's not terrible value. You're going to be like around 2 or a little over 2, which is obviously a lot less than the 3.3 you could get, but you'll get some value. If you're in that case, which is where I was, I would suggest buy some Shadow Rider VMAX decks. In those, are going to get you the credits you want that you need to spend at the time, but then buy some Celebrations booster packs as you have extra crystals as an investment in the future. For players that are new players that really don't have any Celebrations cards, don't buy the Celebrations packs. Is my strong advice. Just invest in the Shadow Rider League battle decks. You're gonna need if you have 0 Celebrations packs, you're going to have to open, I believe, about 400 packs before you break even with just having bought Shadow Rider decks, okay? 400 packs is the break-even point. Everything short of that, you're getting less credits, okay? So to get 400 packs, you have to spend about 75,000 crystals. I think you're getting about 5,000 crystals per expansion, or each time the ladder resets on live, and it probably, let's say it resets 5 times a year, then you're getting 25,000 crystals a year, basically. So it's going to take you 3 years to buy those 400 packs, is my rough calculation. So it's going to take you 3 years before you break even by buying Celebrations packs. So if you're a new player, you don't have Celebrations cards, you don't want to spend actual money on codes, don't buy Celebrations packs. The payoff is just way too far down the road. So for most players, buy Shadow Rider packs. The only people that should consider buy the Shadow Rider deck. Sorry, it's not packs. It's a deck, and you're guaranteed to get a very good return. The only people that should buy Celebrations packs is those that have a full play set, or those that have a pretty good collection to start with. They can buy some. So that's where it is. I don't agree with the idea of buying Miraidon EX decks because while the cards are playable and you might feel good at first, it's really a long-term investment in the future. It's really, you're buying credits, you're not really buying cards. So Miraidon EX it's not bad, but it's not as good as Shadow Rider Vmax League Battle deck. That is still by far the best product for most players. Take care.